Are we going live or are we going live? I am live. Hello. Hello and good evening and hello to you all. So, hello and welcome. So thank you. Is there anybody here? Is there anybody present? Um, yes, I've got this stupid microphone set up. I don't know how it works, but it somehow works sometimes when it works. Yes. So, is there anybody here? Is anyone joining me? Is there anyone present? Good evening to Keely. Hello, Keely. Good evening, Keely. Keely is a regular viewer, so thank you to Keely and Linz. Yes, you're a regular too. Anyone else? Is there anyone else? There's Marianne. Yes, we love Marianne. Lovely lady. Yes, so Becky as well and Lynn. So anyway, right, okay, Chris. So there's a few of you coming in. So whilst we wait for a few more others to come in, because there's lots of you now coming in, have you any questions for me? Begin with a few questions as we normally do, because it's easier if you have a few questions of your own and then we wait for a few other people to join in, because there's only 23 of you here at the moment, so there's not that many, but there's a few. You can hear the lady Min coughing upstairs, but her coughing is not as bad as it was yesterday, and the doctor is coming again tomorrow, so we will be dealing with that. So we won't be talking about all of that tonight. No, please. I don't want any conversation about the coughing. Right, the Menendez brothers are in court right now. Yes, well, yes, we pray for the Menendez brothers because they're wonderful people. They're not bad boys. They were boys who were abused by mum and dad. The mother and father are a pair of toe rags, so let's be honest. They did wrong. They should have been convicted of manslaughter. They deserved to go to prison for manslaughter because they did shoot their parents, but their parents were a pair of toe rags. So my sympathy for mum and dad was 0. Okay. Next question. Okay. Right. Okay. How has my day been? Yeah, I had a lovely lunch by myself. I went out for a walk. We're trying to deal with the situation here, and yep. Well, the doctor's coming tomorrow, so I'm not going to say any more beyond that. Okay, so I don't want to talk about the situation of that. You may hear some grunting noises from upstairs from time to time and some silly noises, but for now, during this program, I don't want to really go any further into this because I don't think it's appropriate. I've tried to contact the daughter, I've tried to contact the granddaughter, nothing. Useless people. So, no, it's not appropriate. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Oops. I do apologize. I don't have hay fever normally. There we go. Anyway, happy Easter to you all. I hope you all have a wonderful Easter. But no, there's nothing much more I can do about that situation. So I've got various drinks in front of me, and I'm ready for the questions ahead. Bless you, thank you. Very kind of you to say. Right, so right, what topics do you want to ask me about before we begin on some of my topics? I've got a couple of topics. I've written a couple of things down. I haven't had much chance today because obviously I've been trying to deal with doctors, hospitals, and the usual things. Life at the moment is mostly for me hospitals and doctors, and but the doctor is coming tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow at 1:00, and then hopefully it may result in a resolution. Let's be honest. There we are. Did I have a nice lunch today? I enjoyed my lunch. Yes, it was very nice to have lunch by myself. I loved having lunch by myself. Very nice. Will I be in France for Easter? Well, I'm obviously still here, so yes, I will. Well, Wendy Terry, you're very kind, but the doctor is coming tomorrow, so hopefully the doctor will help. I don't know. I've no idea what will happen. I think the doctor should do a certain thing, and I'm going to request the doctor does a certain thing. So we will see what happens. Right, yes. Anyway, so yes, let's have some positive questions about some other topics, please. That would be more helpful to my evening. I think I don't really want to talk about all of that. I think it's boring. I've had enough of it. And, I've put her to bed and she's got her wine and everything else. And I think it's better that we have a conversation about something else. Let's change the topic, please. Thank you. Right, thank you. And SS Racing keeps saying, don't forget to press the like button. You're very nice. You're very helpful. Right, Patricia has hit the like button. One person even gave £50. That was very generous of you. I don't know why you did that. That was very weird. £50, a very generous donation. Would I make a good Victor Meldrew? I don't think he's my style. No, I'm not that angry, am I? I like to tell people to bog off, but I don't think that makes me Victor Meldrew. No. So I'm not Victor Meldrew. No, definitely not. Right. What do I think about court rulings to do with the transgenders? Well, I'll talk about that in a little while because that's one of my topics. But there's only 78 of you here. Once we get to 100, we'll bring that up. Will I cook an Easter lunch or eat out? I generally eat in restaurants, to be honest. It's much easier with the situation that we're in because it's just better to go to a restaurant. There's no point in cooking a huge feast and then she just doesn't eat it. So we're off in restaurants at the moment. So at the moment, I generally eat in restaurants, yes. There we go. How is the weather? Well, you can see behind me the rain has stopped, and tomorrow the sun is coming. So we're going to have a bit of sunshine. Hopefully, we can go on someone's boat. If we know anyone who's got a boat who's still here, or someone who's pleasant and she hasn't offended. Let's be honest. Right. Okay. Has eating out gone up a lot in price in France? Well, it's the same price as it always is. It's always about $16.50 for a plat du jour. It's the standard price. Wherever you go. So no, it's not gone up that much. Right. Switzerland, yes. Well, could be a good idea. I don't think so. Not going to happen. She will refuse to go there. Right. Okay. So, anyway, more questions. Any questions about any topics or right? We've got 84 of you here. We're nearly at 100. Nearly at 100. I've got a whiskey. Cheers to you and cheers to me and cheers to me if we disagree. Stevie D just ordered a pizza delivery. Okay, well, that's very nice. Glad you're enjoying a pizza delivery. Ooh. Ooh. How nice. Right. Am I feeling happier today? Not really, no. Feel quite unhappy today. It's been very unpleasant, the experience today, so this is what happens when you have to deal with somebody who is very depressive. Well, not pleasant. I felt very unhappy. I will admit it. So, anyway, look, I'll get over it. It's not the end of the world. But no, I don't feel happy today. No. Very unhappy. Right. Any more questions? Anything questions? Some pleasant questions? I've given you my answer to your question. No, I just don't like the situation I'm in. It's awful. Dealing with this situation is not good. And there's a couple of other people in my life who are not well either. And I've spoken with two of them today, and they're not well either. So it makes it quite hard. And one of them told me to get her on the phone tomorrow, and after she's spoken with the doctor, and he will give her a lecture, and that's what he's going to do. So, but I'm not going to say who he is because he's a very private person. So no, I'm not going to mention his name, but he will be speaking with her at 2 p.m. tomorrow, and she's already accepted she will speak with him. Right. Do I know of a publisher who's going to help me with my quiz book? I've got two potential publishers, but if you're a third, if you want to be in the race, you could join the race to get my quiz book, couldn't you? So if you're a third publisher, please have my book. Thank you. Okay, thank you. There we are. Right. You don't think she has dementia? She has a drink problem. Well, she can have both. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. She's got both. But it's horrible. It's getting to the point of awful. Right. Okay. Anyway, next question. Some kind of pleasant questions, please. I don't need all these unpleasant nonsense. Please just take it away. I don't want all of this. I'm bored of it. She's gone to bed and she's quite happy in bed. So it's nothing to do with her, this program tonight. So let's have a program that doesn't involve her. Change the topic. Thank you. You're upsetting me and it's not very nice. change the topic. Do I prefer a bath or a shower? A shower, obviously. I don't really like baths. No, I'm not really into bath. You're on the Dingle Gin. Okay, well, I'm very glad you're on the Dingle Gin. I look like I'm glowing in this kind of weird color. I don't know what the lighting is. The lighting is very odd, isn't it? So I must move the lighting around a bit. Any news on the fake Maddie? Don't know. No idea, but she's awaiting the next stage of a trial. Stupid girl. I think Sean Atwood and Ron Swanson, who are nice gentlemen, but they are a little misguided, are supporting her. I think she's ranting up the wrong rose bush, isn't she? She's completely mental. That girl is a complete nut. Awful. Right. Okay. Any news on Fergie? I don't know what Fergie has done. Nothing on Fergie as far as I'm aware. Don't know. Don't know if she's done anything else. But she's just ghastly, absolutely vile. My plans for Easter don't have any. No, I'm just going to work out what to do about this situation. There we go. Fergie's been keeping a low profile, says the Thracian Grapes. Yes, well, she perhaps has. Good old Fergie. Naughty Fergie has probably committed something. She's probably done something else bad because she's very good at doing something bad. Anyway, I have to speak to the British consulate in the next 24 hours to try and work out what we do about you know who here. So we'll figure out what happens next. But otherwise, my return to Britain is imminent. So there we go. We've got Tina De Silva. Okay, thank you, Tina. Thank you for joining in, Tina. That's very kind of you. Right. Tina wishes me good luck. Okay, that's very kind of you to do. We wish everybody else good luck ourselves. So thank you, Tina. Anyway, life will be a roller coaster and we'll see what happens. So, right. Okay. What next? Have we got any? Well, I'd like to talk about a couple of things. There's 105 of you here now, so I think it's about time I spoke about something. Tommy Robinson, he lost his appeal. Tommy Robinson. What do you think of Tommy Robinson, whatever his real name is? You know, he's got multiple names, this little rat. He's an absolute piece of filth. What's his name? Anyone got his name? Trash? Yes, he's trash, says Tina. Well said, Tina. He is a piece of trash. So Tommy Robinson has lost his appeal after claiming prison is making him ill. Oh dear, the poor little lamb. Oh dear. Should we all cry for this poor little lamb? Isn't that pathetic? Who does he think he is? Stephen Yaxley Lennon, or whatever his name is. What a little whinge bag. What a little whiner. What a little crybaby. You know, far right fascist cries. Oh dear. Oh, what a pity. Shouldn't we all be crying for him? Pathetic specimen. He should be thrown down the bloody sewer. He is a piece of scum. He is filth. He's detritus. He's evil and he's vomit-inducing crap. Let's get rid of this nasty little man. Ugh. He makes anyone sane want to throw up. He is disgusting. Filth, toe rag, twerp. There's so many bad words I could carry on with, but I don't need to keep going on, do I? But I've already explained it. The man, he's not a man, he's a mouse. He's a rat. He's a piece of... He's a cockroach. He's disgusting. That revolting thing should be eliminated from our planet because he is hateful, he's horrid, and he's hideous. Disgusting. There we go. Anyway, that's just my opinion. So get it off my chest, you say. Well, I did. So there we go. Flower Pot says, so apart from that, it's all okay. Okay, well, if you think he's okay, well, you're entitled to your opinion. Well, if you like this revolting man, you're definitely not my kind of person, so you can bog off as well. Right. Audrey says, you like him really? No, I definitely don't. I think you're making a joke, Audrey. Right. Right. Okay. Right. Well. Well, some of you seem to like him, which is very, very, very odd. I'm sorry. If you like Tommy Robinson, get off my bloody program. I don't want you here. You can bog off. I don't like anybody who likes him. So fuck off. And the word fuck off is very important. I really don't like anybody who likes Tommy Robinson. Sorry, the man's a racist bigot. He's evil. He's vile. He's sick in the head. He's disgusting. He's mentally unhinged. He's a bigot. Shame on you, whoever you are. Go away. Don't please talk to me. Go away, you awful, awful, awful people. You're a horrible bunch of ragbag of rubbish, whoever you are. Piss off. So, there you go. That's my response to you. I hate racism. Tolerance is a good thing in the world. Never be nasty. So go away, you awful, awful people. Disgusting. You're sickening. I'm very upset. Tommy Twatbag is what, he can bog off. I don't want that man anywhere near anything I have anything to do with. So don't speak to my audience, you ghastly people. Go away. You are racists. You're revolting. You're repugnant. You're ridiculous. You're ratbags. So rot off. Thank you. Enough of them. I don't want any more to do with Tommy Robinson racists. Oh dear. Awful. Is there going to be a quiz? Yes, there will be a quiz. You can have a quiz shortly. I've written a new quiz today, so you can have the new quiz. Right. But but I'm not having people being rude about racist and horrible. I don't like racism. Nope. Don't like Tommy Twatbag. Yep. That's a good name, Lee Kicker. Well said. Tommy Twatbag. Yep. That's a good name for him. He's a creep. What a cretin. No. I'm not having anyone have any racism in my presence. Racism is disgusting, it's revolting, and it's inappropriate, and I will not tolerate racism in my house. So I will rant and rave and shout and yell against racism. No racism against my viewers, please. Whoever you are, shove it up your fucking jumper, you bunch of cretins. You are not welcome in my house. Go away, bog off, fuck off, piss off, every kind of fuck off. Go away. I don't want you. You horrible, horrible people. Bullies are not to be tolerated. I will never tolerate nastiness and evil and vile racism against my viewers. Don't you dare come on my channel ever again, whoever you are. Fuck off, bog off, shove up your jumper, and piss off, whoever you are. Awful people. Piss off. For right, go away. Just bog off. I don't like people like you. Whoever you are, you're awful. You're ghastly. You're grim. You're boring. You're more boring than the village bike. Just bog off. Okay, thank you. I smile politely now. I'll give you a nice smile to say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Don't come back. No. Nobody should be rude to my viewers. Don't you dare speak to my viewers in this way, you racist pigs. You are pigs. Anyway, never mind. Next topic. We got rid of the racist pigs, so the racist pigs can carry on somewhere else. Go and do your racist pig somewhere else. You're not welcome here, you horrible old rat. No racist pigs. I love the Menendez brothers, fabulous people. Okay, yes. Okay, right. Okay. Okay, any comments? Yes, the Menendez brothers. I don't know what you want to ask me about the Menendez brothers. They are doing fabulously well, and they're well on the road to freedom. And that is, we celebrate the route to freedom for the Menendez brothers. So that's fabulous. Yes, a fabulous thing. Why are people who eat Indian food and Chinese still racist? I don't know. I like Indian food and I like Chinese food, and I'm not a racist. So I'm not a racist. I'll leave it at that. I don't fall out with anybody. I don't tend to fall out with people. I can have a difference of opinion. So what? Okay. What's the tipple tonight? At the moment, it's whiskey. But I've got white wine in front of me, and I've got red wine in front of me, and I've got some whiskey. So I could have any of the above if I was so choose. Nobody fell out with me. No, I'm not falling out with anybody. Sorry for her coughing. She's coughing, but she's still alive, obviously. So that gives you indication she's still alive. But the doctor is coming in the morning. So, right. Any questions? Any questions? You want some questions? I'd like some questions from you. Or I'll talk about, we've talked a bit about Tommy Robinson, poor lamb that he is. I think I'd like to talk about transgender. Let me talk about that. In fact, there's 115 of you here, so I will talk now. Okay, so it's been a victory today for common sense over the transgender nonsense. J.K. Rowling, Sharon Davis, as Andrew Neil said, this is their day. Well done to J.K. Rowling and Sharon Davis, who have spoken out against these stupid moron people who'd said, we can't be a woman. What a load of old rot. They're a bunch of liars. A woman has been defined as a biological sex under the law. What an absolutely thing. And as somebody said, she's an absolute warrior. Well done to J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, you are the best. You speak for all of us, the people who believe in sense. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. Let's be honest. I am bored to my ears of hearing of transgender. I identify as a carpet. I identify as a tree. I identify as a dragon. That lunatic from Broadstairs. Oh, please. What a bunch of freaks. Absolute nonsense. We are born either a man or a woman. That is it. We are not born LGBTQ plus XYZ, shove it up your jumper and all the rest of it. Precisely, seriously. What is wrong with these bloody freaks? They're a bunch of freaks. And I agree with Donald Trump. And I never expected to agree with Donald Trump, but I will not tolerate the tolerance of these stupid people. They are not anything. You are a man or you're a woman. Sorry. We are not born unidentifiable. It's a load of old horseshit. It's disgusting and it's wrong. And I am not going to shut up about it. And I will continue to speak out against it because I agree with Sharon Davis and I agree with J.K. Rowling. You're either a man or you're a woman. Let's be honest. You're neither nor. You cannot be a tree because you weren't born a bloody tree, you stupid people. You weren't born a cat litter tray. You weren't born a sheep because you're not a sheep. You're a person. So fuck off and fucking well realize that you actually have to identify as either one thing or another. And well done to the law system that said you're either a man or a woman. Wonderful. The law system, well done. And Keir Starmer, Farmer Harmer, I'm sure he's going to come back at this with some kind of woke load of old rubbish. But at least we've stood up. Expialidocious says, I'm a woman. Well, I salute you. You're a woman. Okay. Right. Okay. We've got loads of comments coming in. I haven't had a chance to read most of them. Have I upset many of you? I don't know. I probably have. Right. But Expialidocious says, I'm a woman. Thank you. Stevie D says, man or a woman, that's it. Yeah, I agree with you. Totally agree. Expialidocious is not upset. Hugo Clancy says I agree. Okay, so most of you agree with me. I think. I think I've only offended probably a couple of people, but there we are. I always offend people because I'm terribly offensive. I'm an absolutely awful, rude person, according to half this audience. Um, well, I stand up for reality, and reality says no to this nonsense. And well done to Sharon and J.K. Rowling. I think Sharon Davies and J.K. Rowling have done a fabulous thing in campaigning against this woke crap. It's a load of horseshit. It's disgusting and it's wrong. A man is a man, and we've got to now redefine sport, and that is the most important thing, I think. No more of these women competing, fake women competing who are men competing in men's sport. Let's stop that. That's the first thing that must be stopped. Stop those fraud men being women in sport. That is disgraceful. You know, the lavatory area thing is a different thing. You know, people talk about the word toilets. I do not tolerate people who talk about the word toilet, because toilet is the most common word on the planet. You never say toilet. You should call it the bogger, the bog, the shitter, the crapper, whatever, but never call it toilets. Oh God, I can't stand that word. But you know, they shouldn't be in that area either. That's another very important part of the matter. They should be allowed only to go to, well, where they came from, beyond, you know, the original area they came from. So let's put them there, and let's have a put of the end of that. None of this nonsense. It's utterly disgraceful. You know, a woman is defined as a biological sex word under the rules. So that's what's happened. You know, the rules, the new law has defined it. So tough luck, you stupid bunch of old pests. Now get off your high horse and bog off. It's time for the transgender, you know, pests to go and pester off somewhere else. I don't like these people. I'm totally against them. If you want to identify as a cat tray, well, yeah, you can, but don't ram it down my throat. And now the law is saying, so you didn't win, so bog off. There we go. They need therapy. Precisely. Lock them up. Awful people. Right. Okay. The world has gone crazy. Yes, totally agree. What do I think about people who walk around and with tails on and identify as cats? Well, I think they're a bunch of morons as well. Definitely. Totally agree. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Do you want a quiz? I think it's probably time now we do a quiz. Would you like a quiz? I've got to find a pen, which is a bit of a problem. Maybe I've got a pen in my pocket. Yes, I have. Oops. Here we go. Right. Right. We can do a quiz. Would you like a quiz? You'd like to talk more. You'd like to talk more before we do a quiz. Oh, right. You don't want a quiz yet. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, what do you want to talk about? So give me a topic. Easter. I don't have much to say about Easter. Just festival. It's religious. It's what can I say about that? But you want a question? What's my favorite cigar? I don't really smoke cigars very often, but no. Davidoff I used to have lovely cigars in Davidoff, but no. Do I get to tour much in France? No, I haven't been. Tour where? I don't know. Not toured anywhere. Right. Okay. Pizza of choice. Don't know really. I like all sorts of different pizzas. I like a pizza margherita, a simple one. Simple pizza margherita. Lovely. I don't mind a pizza with a bit of pineapple on it, but that's a very controversial thing, isn't it? So, when am I coming to Dublin? I don't know yet, but I'd love to come to Dublin. Dublin is a fabulous place to visit, so I'd love to go there. Have I heard from Barry? No, I haven't heard from Barry. No, definitely not from Barry. Louise Claire likes, but you can hear a bit of coughing from upstairs. I'm very sorry. She's not well. I'm very sorry. But yes, a bit of pineapple on the pizza all the way. Yes, ooh, I agree with that. Right. Right. Have I ever been in a hot air balloon? No, I haven't. I'd love to go one though. Would be lovely. Have I heard from Mr. Barrymore? No, not heard from Mr. Barrymore. No, of course he's a cowardly custard, you know, crook. Mini cheddars. Yes, I wish I could. Maybe I should go and open a pack shortly. There we go. Anyway, right. You made kebabs today, marinated in yogurt, lemon juice, garlic, and tons of spices. Well, I wish I could be there to have a bit of that with you. It sounds fabulous. I'd love to try that. Oh, yes. I'm very sorry I'm not nearer because, ooh, that sounds glorious. Right. It does sound delish, yes. Do I like Greek food? Yes, Greek food is delicious. Lots of lovely Greek food. I'm very into Greek food. I love all sorts of food. I love Chinese food. I'd love some Indian food right now. That's what I miss the most whilst I'm here because Madam doesn't eat anything with spice. So, no, we don't go to Indian. The local Thai restaurant is a disaster area, and that's another story. But anyway, I miss a good curry. I'd love a curry, and I'd love some Chinese. And she claims that we're going to go and visit a Chinese in the next day or two. So, yeah, that could be nice if we go and visit Chinese, because Chinese could be tip top. I know I'm not allowed to go to Indian whilst I'm in her company because she just won't eat it. So we have to go to Chinese. But I don't like the Thai restaurant. It's disgusting. It's revolting and horrible. And the locals have all warned me how bad it is. So we're not going back there. Never again. No, it was awful. Right. Kate McCann, a phone call, Swansea. Yes, she did make phone calls to Swansea, yes. Yeah. Have I travelled a lot? Yeah, I do travel from time to time. I don't know why. Is it called the Thai boat? Yes, the Thai boat. We're not going back to the Thai boat ever again. Don't ever go to the Thai boat on the roundabout near Port Grimaud, Saint Tropez. Don't ever go there. No, it's a restaurant worth avoiding. There we go. Am I watching Man United tonight? No, I'm not. No, can't say I am. Right. You want to know about Madeleine McCann's mother calling Swansea? Well, it's a thing that went on her mobile phone during the incident. So, yep, she called the numbers in Swansea. So that's what Mrs. McCann did. So, yeah, very interesting element. And this silly little girl that's, pretending she's Madeleine McCann, she's tried to get herself to Swansea. So what's going on with all of that? Very interesting, wouldn't you say? There's my question. So there you go. I've just given you some sensible questions about the matter. You think I'm boring? Okay, thank you, Ashley. I'm boring. If you think I'm boring, why don't you bog off? Why don't you shove it up your jumper, Ashley, and clear off, whoever you are? You sound like a pest. Bye bye, Ashley. And you have been deleted. Thank you to my assistant here who's helping. It's very kind, Tina. Tina, you are a very kind supporter. But, yeah, we don't have to delete these people's messages. We can let them have their messages if they wish to be rude. I don't really care. If you want to be rude, well, let's show you to the world for what you are. If you're a nasty person, you should be shown to be a nasty person. So actually, in future, let's leave some of these nasty people here and let them be exposed for what they are: trash and trash bags. Okay, right. I'm very much into free of speech. No, if anyone wants to speak, let them speak. We don't have to ban everybody. No. We mustn't ban them just because they are horrible. And she was horrible, whoever she was. She sounded like a right old rat. But the next ones, let them leave their messages there. Please don't delete them. Thank you. I don't want you deleting every message that's just nasty, because there's no point, because there's so many of them. Let them have their voice. I will respond, and I will respond politely, because that's what I do. I don't need to shout at them, because ghastly people are easily dealt with. Kill them with kindness. That is the best thing you could ever do. So that's my answer to them. So, have I ever considered being an audiobook narrator? No, I haven't. Why would I do that? Because I wouldn't be very good at it. I don't think so. No. What do I think of Simon Cowell? You want me to be an audiobook narrator? Okay. Why an audiobook narrator? I don't understand why you would want me to be such a thing. Utterly no idea. Leslie says I have a nice voice. Oh, that's very kind of you. Very, very kind. But I don't think that makes me suitable to be an audiobook narrator. I have a voice. I'm not wearing tangerine today. No. My voice would be good for audiobooks. Okay, well, it's very kind of you to say, but I don't think it really would. No. But anyway, never mind. Anyway, some people have said I should do audio books before. I've had this weird thing before. I've never understood this. But anyway, if you think it's the thing I should do, send in your nominations to the book publishers, and maybe I could do some audiobooks, and I could do some stories just for you. So there we go. Anyway, never mind. Let's go to the next topic. Right. Okay. Read children's stories. Oh, well. Oh. Do people recognize me in the street? I can't say anyone's ever stopped me in the street. No. Do I like jazz? Yes, I love jazz. Lovely jazz music. Right, lovely. I like jazz. Why is Sir Cliff not being revealed for what he is? Well, he's a monster and he gets away with it. There you go, Nicola. I agree with Nicola. Nicola is speaking sense. And Nicola is a good friend of mine, and I like Nicola. So, well spoken, Nicola. Chris gets concerned when Minnie's quiet. Well, she's in bed upstairs. She's gone to bed, so she's not awake. So you've no reason to be concerned. The lady is asleep, and she won't be speaking at all this evening. She's gone to bed. So that's the end of that. Okay. Expialidocious loved Elvis. I wasn't a particularly big fan of them, but there we are. You like the Bee Gees? Okay, well, I don't think they were that bad, but they weren't my favourite. Do I play an instrument? I've played the piano, I've played the violin, I've played the recorder, I've played, whatever. So I've played a few instruments. Right, but I'm not very good at it, I will admit. Lee Kicker loved Freddie Mercury. Okay, well, it wasn't bad. Did I ever meet Thomas Kingston before his death? I did meet Thomas. Thomas was a lovely gentleman, and his wife is my friend, Gabriella. Nice lady. I wouldn't say I know her closely, but she was a friend, and she was a lovely lady. She is a lovely lady, and her husband died a terrible death, and I have to say, I'm very sad about the death of Thomas Kingston because of these stupid drugs that force people to do stupid things. So, Thomas Kingston was a good man. And Gabriella is a lovely woman. And it's awful what's happened to her. And, tragic. So let's support Gabriella Windsor. Lady Gabriella Windsor is a good lady, and she has done no harm to anyone. And let's support her. Be kind to Gabriella Windsor, please. Thank you. That's all I need to say about that situation. I don't know why the question was even brought up, but you did bring it up, so I'm answering your question. Have I got brothers or sisters? Yes, I have a lovely sister. She's an eye surgeon. She's a very remarkable person. Her name is Laura, and she's a wonderful, wonderful lady. My sister is a wonderful person. So thank you for your kind remark. Okay, next question. Right. Okay. Oh, gosh, I don't know. What's your next question? Going on about Freddie Mercury. Well, he was a nice gentleman too. So, yeah, very nice man. Don't have anything else to say. Simon Coates, your question is inappropriate. I'm not very happy with your question because it's totally inappropriate. So I think you should retract your comment, Simon Coates. I don't like people who make nasty remarks about dead people. That's totally inappropriate. Shame on you. Whoever you are, Simon Coates, take your remark away. Retract your comment. I want it retracted. I've never heard of anything so nasty. We say it's no shame. Well, can we ban, please, the moderator, ban this Simon Coates, get him off the program. We don't want him. What a nasty piece of work. Vicious and horrible and cruel to the widow of a man who, died. Absolutely shocking. Yes, he might be a regular, but he's banned. We want him banned. I want him banned from this channel permanently. Get him off. That's a disgusting thing to say about the widow of a dead person. Absolutely awful. No, I won't have that kind of thing said on my program. Sorry. Get him off. Tell him to bug off. He's a piece of rubbish. He's shameful and he's disgraceful. That's disgraceful. I'm sorry. Am I wrong? Do you disagree with me? I want him banned. No, I want him banned. No, he's banned. Let's get rid of him. No, I cannot be having people make comments like that. That is unacceptable in 1984. It's definitely unacceptable in 2025. It is totally disgraceful to insult the dead, murdered, the man who killed himself's wife. She's a widow. The poor lady is a widow. And you pick on a widow? What is wrong with you, you revolting piece of scum? You disgusting man, Simon Coates. Whoever you are filth, you're scum, and you should shove it up your own arse, you piece of rubbish. You're a piece of disgrace. I don't want any more of you on my program ever again, so bog off. You're banned. And I'm going to ban you for life. He's banned. Let's never ever have him back. Let's never have Simon Coates back again. Simon Coates, you're a piece of scum. You're a piece of detritus. You're a piece of rubbish. You're a piece of lavatory roll. You deserve to be shoved up your bog. Bog off. We don't like you, evil bastard. He's pissed me off. No, I'm very angry with this man. You don't pick on poor Gabriella Windsor. Gabriella Windsor is a widow. Don't pick on widows. That's disgusting. That's bullying. That's mean. It's malicious. Right. I'm not going to tolerate picking on widows. Sorry, not having that on my program. You can run off and you can rally up your jumper, you piece of old trash. Go away, you nasty man. Right. Okay. So, right. Okay. Next person. Right. Okay. I want him permanently banned, Tina. Yes, Tina, ban him permanently. Definitely. Permanent ban for him. He's awful. Ghastly. You can't pick on widows. Don't pick on a widow. That's a nasty thing to do. Right. Tut tut, Simon. Yes, all this. Yeah, well, we don't want the Simon back. No more Simon. It's my rant. Okay, you think I'm ranting? You stupid people. No, I'm not ranting. You don't say nasty things about someone whose husband has died. That's a horrible thing to do, you horrible people. So you're just as bad, but I'm not going to ban you. But I banned him and he's banned. He's finished. I don't want him ever again. Get him off my channel. Get him off. It's like Peggy Mitchell. Get out of my pub. Get out. That's how we speak to people like that. You do not say horrible things about a poor woman's husband who committed suicide. You horrible, horrible people. How dare you? What is wrong with you? Are you mentally unhinged? Shame on you. Get out of my pub, as they say. That's what she said. I don't know what Bet Lynch used to shout, but she had a similar way of speaking. Absolutely shocking. Get out of my pub is what's Peggy Windsor would say. So shame on you, you awful, awful people. No, I will be not having bullying of my lovely friends. And I can tell you, my friend Gabriella Windsor, and I like Gabriella very much, is a lovely lady. And her husband committed suicide, and it was a tragedy because he took the wrong kind of drugs. And you nasty, nasty person make a joke about him. You're making a joke about a man who died because of stupid drugs that the stupid doctors gave him. Shame on you. Shame on you. Thomas Kingston was a decent gentleman. I met him. He did no wrong to the world. You, whoever you are, why don't you run off and shove it up your fucking jumper, you piece of crap. Whoever you are, you're a piece of trash. You're a piece of trailer trash. And I don't like you. And I'm very angry with you. and I don't want you back on my channel. So I'm very glad we are banning you for life, you horrible, horrible, horrible person. I don't want to ever hear from you again. Thomas Kingston will be remembered with decency. He will be remembered as a good person. You will be remembered as a piece of rotten rubbish. And that is what you are. You are a nasty, evil person because you are trying to upset the widow, the wonderful Lady Gabriella Windsor, who is a kind-hearted, decent lady. Don't pick on her. Leave her alone. She's a good lady. What are you? You're a load of old crap. Fuck off, you old cunt. Whoever you are, you're nasty, you're unpleasant, and you're wicked. So don't come back here again. We don't want you. Bye-bye. Bog off. Fuck off. And don't ever upset me again, because you really have got the wrong enemy in me, because I don't like the fact that you're bullying the widow of a lovely man who died because simply stupid drugs. It wasn't his fault. So don't pick on her and don't pick on him. Leave that lovely couple alone. You stupid Burke, whoever you are. Never ever darken my door again, because I'm done with you, you twat. Okay, next question. You don't like me using certain words. Okay, fair enough. But I'm just very angry. I'm so angry about the way that they've treated this poor girl. It's totally wrong. No, I can't be having it. Well, there you go. I speak out for my friends, and I don't have a problem with speaking out. Never mind. Oh, you're all going to complain about me now, are you? Okay. I'm very angry. I am very angry. No, I will not apologize for defending the disgusting, horrible person being rude about that poor man. He died because of something awful. And various ones of you made nasty comments. So, no, I'm not going to. I will defend whatever I say. I'm not going to give in. No, I'm not a coward. I'm not the coward. Shame on them. They can shove it up their bloody jumper. They can bog off. Awful people. No, I will be not having any more of this nonsense from these ghastly people. No. No, I'm not being told what to do. When you want a quiz, you can wait for your quiz. I'm not having anyone tell me what to do, so don't you start, whoever you are. Right? No, not agreeing to it. No, I don't think you realise how offensive these creeps are. Appalling. Put a sock in it. It's time for the quiz. No, whoever you are, why don't you bog off? You can go as well. I don't need any of you stupid people. Go away. Off you go, MGTO. I don't want you on my program. Bog off. Get out of it. Bog off. You're definitely one that needs to bog off. I've had enough of you. Patronizing, rude person. Absolutely awful. Go away. Don't want him or whatever it is. Go away. You're awful. Piss off. Flower pot says there's going to be no one left. Okay, well, if you don't want to be left, you go as well. Please go away. Bye. Please leave. Thanks. Get out. Don't want you. Don't need you. I don't need these people shouting at me. Please leave. Tell them to go. Off you go, flower pot. Shove your flower pot up your own arse. Tina De Silva rightly says, if people are offended, just leave. Please, if you don't like me, get off my channel. Bog off, leave, get out of the room. We don't want you here. If you don't like my views, just go. I've had enough. I'm bored of hearing all this ranting and raving. Just piss off. Shove it up your jumper. Shove it up your jacksie. Shove it up your whatever. Go. Thanks. We have wonderful people here who I love and adore, and we're all great friends, and we're all very happy. We don't need you, misery, miser, boring people giving me a lecture or giving anyone else a lecture. So if you don't like it, leave. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. And we send you on your way with great pleasure. We hope you have a lovely time spreading your word of wokeness and wackiness and no doubt crappiness somewhere else in the world. So bog off. Thanks. Bye. Good riddance. Fuck off, you boring people. I've had enough. I cannot be having much more of these mad people. They're just horrible. Why are they so horrible? They're just angry, shouting at me. But anyway, if they want to shout, they can shout, I suppose. I suppose we have to put up with it for a little while, but never mind. Yeah, hasta la vista, baby. Yeah, that's off they go. Right. Bye. There's still hundreds of people here in this room. So thank you to the hundreds of people who don't hate me. Thanks to all of you. You're fabulous, you know. So I'm not hated by everybody. It's obvious that I'm not overwhelmingly hatred. But these people seem to hate me, and they're very angry, aren't they? Well, stamp your feet, you bloody bastards. Stamp your feet a bit more. Where are you? Let's have a bit more of them. Because maybe this is actually a good way of getting a bit of interest. It'll get the thing going. Oh, yes. Shout at me, whoever you are. I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, never mind. So it's better to be hated than to be ignored. Yes, I totally agree with the person that said that. Right. I'm funny. Okay, well, that's nice of you to say. You came back for the quiz. Well, I'll do a quiz in a moment, okay? I think you are nearly ready for a quiz, you lot. I think you lot deserve a quiz after putting up with these roasting wazzocks, boring twats that they are. They're awful. They're absolutely the grimmest of the grim, this lot tonight. Oh, I've never come across an audience worse than this lot. What's wrong with these people? Are they sick in the head? Are they toe rags? What's gone wrong with them? Anyway, you want a quiz, so you're going to get a quiz. Okay, we'll do a quiz. A quiz. Weed out the crap. Yes. Right. Okay. Well, I've got in front of me. I'm now going to move on to a glass of red wine because I did pour one, so I may as well have it. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is my new quiz. I wrote it today. So this is not one because some of my other quizzes I've got over there. I don't know if I've done those quizzes with you before, and I get a bit confused because I've got so many quizzes. Okay. In April 2025. Which county was declared the wokest county in Britain after councils there decided a V-Day parade was too elitist and Christian prayers were banned so as to be more inclusive? Immediately, the winner is Elaine Harvey with Hertfordshire. So Elaine gets the point. I'm going to have to be the scorer because I haven't got anybody to be a scorer. So Elaine gets the point. Elaine, okay. I'm gonna have to write this all down. Oh God. This is where it gets all boring. I've got to write it all down. Elaine Harvey. Elaine. I'll put Elaine H. Right. 1 point to Elaine. Elaine Harvey gets the point. The Colonel Philip Ingram said the nation's most anti-British county. How awful is that? He sounds like most of these people who are criticizing me. Wouldn't you agree? Well, no. He sounds like he's attacking all those people who are criticizing me. He actually sounds like a nice man. There we go. Okay, what are the Irish Kinahan family associated with? The Kinahans. What are the Kinahans associated with? The Kinahan family. Linz gets the point because it is crime. Obviously, it's Irish crime. They're cartel. They are mafia. They're etc. etc. Okay, what did Penelope Keith play? Who did Penelope Keith play in the To the Manor Born? What was the name of her character? Oh. Right. Well, you're all saying we did this quiz last night. Okay, so. Oh no, you haven't got the right quiz because the other quiz blew over. Right, okay, we're going to start again. Right, no, new quiz. Sorry, we cancel the first quiz. We start again. No. The wind in the house blew the quiz over. I thought that this one was the one for tonight. Okay, right, we'll try a new one. Yes, this is definitely the new one because I wrote this morning. Okay, so we're starting again. I'm very sorry. You and your quizzes. You challenge me. Anyway, that one's finished. Right. Next, so we start a new quiz. We're starting a new one. I do apologize, but unfortunately, yes, you didn't. I didn't give you a correct quiz. No, the other quiz blew over the other one when we moved the doors in the house. So, as you can see, there are doors in the house. Okay, first question. In which year did British Vogue select Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, as guest editor for their September edition 2019? No, I've just given you the answer, haven't I? It wasn't 2020. Josie has the answer. It's 2019. Josie, well done. Josie, 1 point to Josie, 2019. Of course, it was the Forces for Change issue, is 15 women on the cover. Who called the Chanel designer Karl Lagerfeld a ruthless, fat, misogynistic person in February 2019? Who called him that? It wasn't Coco Chanel, no, it wasn't Adele, it wasn't Elton John, it wasn't Scylla, it wasn't Bob Geldof, it wasn't Simon Cowell, it wasn't Lady C, it wasn't me, it wasn't Meghan Markle, it wasn't Anthea Turner, no, it wasn't Mickey Rourke, no, it wasn't Naomi, it wasn't Tom Ford, no, it wasn't Karl Lagerfeld, because why would he call himself something when he was dead? That's a stupid answer. Josie, your answer is the stupidest answer yet, but there we go. It wasn't Jasper Conran. It wasn't I don't know, but I applaud him. No, it was Jamelia Jamil. So nobody gets a point. Okay, right, no point awarded. Okay, what is the name of the Yorkshire shepherdess who became famous through Twitter and telly? What is the name of the Yorkshire shepherdess? Jane gets the Christian name right, but what is the surname? We've got to have the full name. Jane, come on, add the surname, Jane. Victoria Haig has also got it. Okay, so nope. Victoria Haig, I'll give it to Victoria. Victoria Haig has the point. It is obviously Amanda. It's Amanda Owen. She was Ravenset Farm, Swaledale, 5 books. Okay, on which radio station did the Museum of Curiosity comedy talk show first air on 20th of February 2008? Which radio show did it air? Mr. Lee Kicker, you can have the point. Mr. Lee Kicker. Mr. Lee Kicker gets the point. Of course, it's Radio 4. So 1 point to Mr. Lee Kicker. So at the moment, we've only got everybody on 1 point. We've got Victoria Haig on 1 point. We've got Josie on 1 point. We've got Mr. Lee Kicker. We've got Lynn's. Josie. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, this is where it gets curious. How much did Tobury Carvery restaurants charge for their carvery in 1991? How much did they charge? I need it in the closest penny and pound. It was not £4.99. It wasn't £10. No. No, it wasn't £12. £7. Jane is close. Jane is close. Jane. Okay, I'll allow Jane to be the winner on the question. Jane gets the point. Jane 1 point. It was $7.99. Okay. How much did Toby Carvery charge as of 1998? What did they charge in 1998? It wasn't £9.99. It wasn't £2. It wasn't £7. It wasn't £12.13. It wasn't 30 quid. No, it wasn't 12.20. It wasn't £5. But £5 is close. No. Right. No. Okay. The closest winner is Martina Fox, £5.99. It was £5.95. Martina wins. So the price went down. Very unusual, hey? So Martina gets a point. Well done to Martina. Okay, what did the Toby Carvery, so we're still on the same topic, cause outrage by doing in 2025? What did they cause outrage by doing? Elaine gets it correct, but she doesn't explain what they did. I'll allow Elaine to have it. They cut down an oak tree. Yes, Elaine Harvey. So you get a point. They cut down a 16th century oak tree. What a nasty thing to do. They're worse than the people who cut down the Sycamore Gap. Shame on them. Shame on them. Absolutely disgraceful. Awful people. Right. Echoes of the Sycamore Gap scandal. The most shocking tree felling in a decade, says the Woodland Trust. Isn't that appalling? Isn't that an absolutely awful, awful, disgraceful thing to do? Why would you go around attacking a tree? Why would you attack a tree? Stupid people. An oak tree should live for 1,000 years, and it was a 500-year-old tree, and they attacked it. They viciously brutalized it. I think we should brutalize their company, and we should wreck their company. Awful, awful people. Anyway, there we go. Okay. What was the name? And, my friends were very good friends of the people on board. I was very upset by this story. What was the name of the 184-foot sailing yacht that sank in August 2024 in a freak storm off Sicily, resulting in the death of Britain's Bill Gates, Mike Lynch, and 6 others? What was the name of the boat? Yes, James Webb gets it immediately. James Webb is the winner of that point. It was called the Bayesian. It wasn't called Janet Evans. If Janet Evans had been sunk somewhere, we'd all celebrate. She's a bitch. Evil bitch. But no, the boat was, it was a tragedy. He had just beaten the American justice system. He was not a bad man. And that boat sinking was a freak accident. I don't know how it will be dealt with, but I didn't know him personally, but my friends did, and they all said what a nice gentleman he was and what a kind man. And for all those people to die in air pockets, because they didn't actually drown, they died because of the the air pocket that they got into. And what a terrible, terrible situation. And may they rest in peace, because they are decent people. They did nothing wrong, and it was a terrible disaster. And it was just a terrible, terrible thing. And there will be an investigation, and the boat company is trying to say they did nothing wrong, which probably is right. I just say awful, awful situation. Poor people. May those souls rest in peace. And that's what I try to say of all these situations. I have my own situations here. Was shouting, I get upstairs. Right. Anyway, next question. Okay. Right. In which year was the card retailer Clinton's founded? Clinton's. When was Clinton's founded? It wasn't 2001. It wasn't 2002. It wasn't 1975. No. It wasn't 1967, but you're close. You're close. It wasn't 19. No. Expialidocious can have the point. Well done to Expialidocious. XP. It's 1968. It was founded in 1968. They had over 1,000 shops in their heyday. But by 2025, they've only got about 170 left. They're failing. They're a disaster. Okay. What did David Beckham request for his 50th birthday? What did David Beckham request? Not Nando's, no. A better wife? Well, he probably should have done. Balls? No. Dog? Divorce? No. It wasn't a massage. It wasn't Mackey's. It wasn't a new puppy. No. Brenda gets the point. Brenda. Well done, Brenda. It was gifts to charity. He requested gifts to UNICEF. So there we go. Anyway, Brenda got the point. So at the moment, we've got every single one of you on 1 point. Okay. Right. Which Australian actress played Shiv Roy in the HBO series Succession between 2018 and 2023? It wasn't Dame Edna, and it wasn't Nicole Kidman. It wasn't Elle Macpherson. It wasn't Dunno. It wasn't Margot Kidder. It wasn't Kate Blanchett. No. It wasn't Naomi Watts. No. Shiv Roy. It wasn't Kylie Minogue, and I love my Kylie. You all know I love my Kylie. Becky gets the point. Well done to Becky. Becky gets the point. Becky P. You get the point. Of course, it was Sarah Snook. Sarah Snook. What an amazing name. I love her name, Sarah Snook. She was Roy Ship, and then in real life, she's Sarah Snook. Amazing name. Okay. What do hundreds of daredevils chase down the hill at Cooper's Hill, Brockworth, Gloucestershire, on Spring Bank holiday each year? What do they chase? Oh, well, there's loads of you. You're all answering that. The very first to answer was Enigma. Enigma. You can have the point Enigma. So Enigma gets that one. Enigma gets the point. Of course, it is cheese. So they chase cheese. They chase cheese. A cheese wheel, and it goes at 70 miles an hour, the cheese wheel. So that's what you do. Okay. On the 16th of April 1953, which yacht was launched at Clydebank? Which yacht? Which yacht was launched at Clydebank? The first one of you to get it is Martina Fox. Martina Fox, you can have the point. Martina, it is the Britannia, yeah. Martina. So you get 1 point. Oh dear, at the moment we've got everybody on 1 point. We don't have any multiple successes here tonight. You're absolutely useless at being quick, whoever you are. Right. Okay. So next question. Right. My next question is, with which country is the taco dish food associated? The taco. James Webb, who is a new one also. Well done, James. Well done. James Webb, you get a point. It is Mexico. Okay. Right. What genus of flowering plants are fuchsias? What are they? What are fuchsias? It's not a rose. No. No. It's not a perennial. No. 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 None of you get it correct. It's not an orchard. Okay, I can accept Just Hilda. Just Hilda says shrub. Okay, Just Hilda. So, right, you get a point. You got a point. Well done to Just Hilda. Right, okay. We're near the end of this quiz. What do both Robin Goodfellow and Jim Crack tip for the Daily Mail? What do they tip for? What do Robin Goodfellow and Jim Crack tip for? Lynn's doesn't spell correctly, so I won't accept. Joyce Grove can have the point. Joyce Grove can have the point. The point can go to horses. Joyce Grove. So Joyce G gets 1 point. It was for horses, of course. Right. What does IPSO stand for? What does IPSO stand for? What does IPSO stand for? IPSO. What does it stand for? Hmm. No, none of you are correct thus far. Nope. Nope. You want Simon Coates unblocked. Why? He's a boring bastard. He can bug off. No thanks. Let's keep him blocked. Yawn. Why do you want him unblocked? He's dull. But no, you don't know. Okay, so nobody gets the point. Okay. Final question. In which year did Mozart live? Sorry, in which place did Mozart live for the last decade of his life? In which place did Mozart live for the last decade of his life? Joyce Grove gets the point. So Joyce Grove gets a point. Well done to Joyce. So our winner tonight is Joyce Grove. She gets 2 points. Well done, Joyce Grove. Joyce Grove, you are the winner. Mozart lived for the last 2 decades of his life in Vienna between 1784 and 1787. He wrote The Marriage of Figaro and he met Beethoven. So thank you to Joyce Grove, our winner for the night. So thank you. Thank you to Joyce Grove. Anyway, there we go. What did I have IPSO meaning? IPSO means the Independent Press Association. So there we are. Thank you very much for joining in to the nice people who are being nice and not the nasty people who are being horrible. So if you don't like our quiz, log off, just get out of our room. Don't need all you people. Anyway, so if you don't like us, just leave. Please. Thanks. I don't know why people are so angry with me. But anyway, wishing you all a happy evening. Hope we all had a lovely time. It's time for me to go to bed. And I'm just going to say thank you very much and have a peaceful night. Sleep well, sleep tight. And we'll talk again tomorrow. Yes. Take care. Thank you. Thank you and good night. Bye bye.